Okay, today I want to talk about Puzzle Combat charge speeds because they're a little bit different from Empires and Puzzles, but they matter. Um, Instead of giving you, just the standard fast, average, etc., they still kind of give you that, but they also give you a number. Now that number matters a lot. As you can see, Rex here is fast speed. He uh, is considered fast. And then I have four heroes here. I have two Catalinas. They're 54 speed, considered average. I have Kurgan here, who is 49 speed, considered average, even though he's a little slower, um, according to the game. And then here's Aiko. She's a 52 speed hero, so in between Catalina and Kurgan. I want you to forget about whether they're average or fast or whatever. Just focus on that number for the purposes of this video. So let's go right ahead and do it. I got a nice board here, so let's do a four match. So I just used four tiles. So far, let's keep track. We got four yellows, and they were not ghosted or anything. So they're charging at normal speed. They don't have any buffs or anything like that. Let's do let's do this match here just to clear away some clutter. Okay, now I'm gonna do this match here, and that's gonna be another four tiles. So another four yellow tiles that don't ghost or anything like that. Okay, so what we can get from that is Rex being an 64 speed, he needs 8 tiles or 4 ghosted to charge fully. So I'm just going to use his skill here. And the other Catalinas are not charged. They're at 88% charge up there at the top left. You can see that. Kurgan is at 78% charge. And Aiko is at 86% charge. So as you can see there, even though they're all considered average speed, and it says so right there on their skill, at the left, you'll see, Burning Bullets, level 10 skill, average. Even though they're all considered average speed, they're not charging at the same rate. So now let's just hit this enemy at the top for another 3 tiles. That should charge all of them. Actually, I could do that, but let's maybe make it more interesting. Let's see if I can set up so that I can do like one tile at a time. If I can get a square match, I can maybe set up an exploder to just hit. Okay, let's do that. But that one's gonna ghost, so actually let's not do that. I'm so close. I just need like a tiny yellow tile. Okay, there we go. So we were at 8 tiles. Now let's do another one that hits the enemy to see if that charges my average speed heroes. Okay, so that's one more tile. So that's 9, and that did not charge them fully. So now we know for sure. I mean, look at their speeds. It's 99%. Look at their full charge, I mean. They're at 99% full charge. That means that they need 10 tiles. We can probably say the same about Aiko. She probably needs 10 tiles. Kurgan, on the other hand, he's at 88%. That was what our Catalinas were at previously. So he actually, it seems like he actually needs 11 tiles to charge fully. We can confirm that once we replay the stage later. For now, I'm just going to kill these enemies. So let's just kill them. Okay, so now we're starting fresh with all the average speed heroes. Now let's do a 4 match here on the boss. The boss is pretty strong, so I don't mind that. I don't want to kill the boss just in case I need more tiles to dump on him. So let's do this match here. Okay, So I had done a 4 match before. Now that's a 3 match. So now we're at 7 tiles total, right? Right, we're at 7 tiles. So we can see that all my average speed heroes are charging. So now let's see. If I ghost this tile here by exploding the purple cross exploder, I can get 9 total tiles because it's being ghosted. So I'm going to double the speed. As you can see, not enough to charge them. So again, they need 10 tiles to charge all these average speed heroes without modified speeds or anything. So let's try and get... Yeah, let's do this one actually, because that's 1 yellow tile, which as you can see, that 1 yellow tile was enough for my Catalinas and my Aiko, but not enough for my Kurgan, because he's 49 speed. So 10 tiles for anything that's 50 speed, and 11 tiles for anything 49 for average. So yeah, those little numbers matter. I'm gonna explode this one here to show you that Kurgan does need 11 tiles. So see, he managed to charge after that 1 non-ghosted yellow tile. He needs 11, even though he's considered average. He doesn't charge in 10 like what you're used to from Empires. He needs 11 total. So now that I did this stage with no weapons that modify speed or anything, I'm going to show you what happens when you do it. I'm going to use the same team, but instead I'm going to give them weapons to modify their speeds. So let's give Kurgan the Scrum here. That one doesn't modify speed. Now these small weapons do modify speed. Actually, let's not give him that. Let me think. Okay, we know Kurgan is 49 speed actually. So if we bump his speed up to 52, that's the same as Aiko's speed. So now, judging from what we saw previously, Kurgan should now only need 10 tiles to charge fully. So even though this weapon, it's a 3-star weapon, it's not very good. That 3% boost doesn't seem to make much of a difference on Catalina or Aiko, but on a hero that's 49 speed, it should make enough of a difference. So for someone like Kurgan, for example, this weapon is suddenly gonna make a difference on him. Now let's go with Aiko. Okay, let's give her the Triss Vector. It's not fully leveled. I still need to upgrade this one, but it has a plus 6% boost. So let's bump her up to 58 speed and see what happens. This Catalina, I'm gonna give her another SWAT weapon. Just because I know she's not going to charge in the regular speed. Now let's give this other Triss Vector. This one boosts her speed from 54 to 62. And for Rex, I'm just going to give him the Scrum. Okay, so now we have someone at 64 speed. Rex is at 64 speed, Aiko is at 58 speed, Kurgan's at 52 speed, Catalina is still at 57 here, and this Catalina is at 62. So let's observe what happens with those modified values. So let's get 3 yellow tiles right off the bat. Gonna pop that green exploder. Okay, so now if I ghost a match here, that'll be the equivalent of 6 extra tiles. So we're at 3, and with this ghosted match, we'll be at 9. Interesting. Interesting. Did you see what happened before that next yellow match went up? Rex charged, Aiko charged, and this Catalina charged. And actually, I'm holding up her status window. You see what happened with her skill right here? She's now considered fast because she's charging at 9 tiles. Now let's look at Aiko. Okay, look at her. She's an average speed hero, but with this weapon boosting her speed, she's considered fast. So anything that's charging at 9 is actually being modified in your combat screen to say fast now. Rex is originally a fast hero. This weapon doesn't boost speed, so it says fast. But Aiko, she's an average speed hero, and yet with this weapon, she becomes fast. Same with this Catalina. With this weapon, she's becoming fast. What about Kurgan? He still says average. What about this Catalina? Oh, she still says average too. Because she's not reaching 58 speed. So those numbers, I hope I'm making a good job here of showing how much those numbers matter. I'm gonna just kill these enemies here. Okay, so let's just get these 2 tiles going. I'm just gonna keep playing the level until I get to the boss here. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna use flashbangs. I have so many of them, it doesn't even matter. Okay, so we hit that last gator in the previous screen for 3 tiles. So everybody has had 3 tiles to charge. Let's use... let's do this one here. Let's see if I can get... Okay, that's 5. So now we're at 8. Rex just charged fully. Makes sense, because he's a 64 speed hero. That seems to be the game's threshold. Or maybe it's a little lower, or maybe it's a little... or maybe it's just 64. But that seems to be the game's threshold for a hero that charges at 8 tiles. It's 64. So Rex just charged fully. I'm just gonna hit this enemy so that I don't kill the boss by accident in case I need more tiles. But now we're at 8 tiles, okay? So what happens if I pop this green one here? And I'm gonna do the green one on purpose. The heroes that need 9 tiles end up charging. Makes sense because I got 9 tiles off of that, right? So let's just use Aiko and let's hit that enemy. But now my Kurgan and my other Catalina are in charge, so I'm gonna try and just get one more tile here. Okay, so this next tile is gonna bring us to 10 total yellow tiles. We established in the previous video that Kurgan charged at 11 tiles, but with this weapon, he ended up reaching full charge. That tiny speed bump that put him over 50 speed ended up being enough to bring him from 11 tiles to 10 tiles. My other Catalina died, but you can still see that her special skill bar is at 100. You know, so that number threshold, it's around 57 to 50. That seems to be like what makes a hero charge in 10 tiles, whereas a hero that is at 58 speed seems to charge at 9. Same with this Catalina, she's at 62. She's still not fast enough to charge at 8 like Rex, who is 64 speed. So let's just finish this map battle, because I want to show you guys one more thing. The last thing I want to show you is what happens when we give a fast hero the fastest possible speed boost. He's at 72 speed now. Very scary. And actually, I'm going to take out Catalinas, and I am going to sub in Orochi. I have the fortune of having this Explosion weapon, which puts him at 75. So now we have 2 heroes over 70 speed, which is incredible. And let's put in... I know I have... Okay, yeah, I have a slow hero here, and I want to show what happens with Rasha. It doesn't matter if she's off to the side. So she's normally 35 speed. I'm going to give her this weapon to bring her to 38. I don't believe that will make a difference. So let's actually give her this weapon to bring her to 41 speed. And me see here. Where's Ryoko? Okay. Now I want to show you what it looks like with two fast heroes equipped with a fast weapon. And Ryoko here, she's a 49 speed hero. I'm actually looking for a slow speed. Let's use Kasumi. Okay, yeah, she's slow. She's 36 speed. Surya is 35 speed. But I've given her a speed boost to 41. Now, relatively close speeds for both of them. They're both in the 35, 35, 36. Not much of a difference, but let's just take a look at what impact giving them these kind of weapons makes. Okay, so I'm gonna just get these 5 yellows. So we're at 5 yellows. Let's keep count here. We're now at 3 purples. So again, let's keep count. Now I'm gonna hit this enemy with 4 purples. Okay, did you see that? Orochi, a fast hero usually, needs 8 tiles to charge. Now he's very fast. So now he needs 7 tiles with this speed boost, with a with a +9 speed boost. That's awesome. All of a sudden, he just needs 9. Okay, and now how many yellows were we at before? Again, we were at 5, weren't we? Look at Rex. He's almost charged. So why don't we give him one more? This one's going to count as 2 because it's being ghosted. Before those other 3 tiles hit the enemy, he charged. So that means he only needs 7 tiles now. Isn't that amazing? And now those other 3 tiles ended up hitting the enemy and they charged Kurgan. It makes sense because we were at 5 plus 2, that was 7. Plus 3, that's 9. Kurgan now only needs... no, wait, that's wrong. That's 10, sorry. 7 plus 3 is 10, my bad. But that's 10 tiles, okay. And now let's look at Surya. She is almost charged as well. Now, typically slow heroes need about 12 tiles to charge. That's usually the standard. I'm going to kill this enemy so that it doesn't mess with my numbers here. But let's see what happens when we give her one more tile. Okay, so it's not enough to charge her, so she still needs 12 tiles to charge. Kasumi is still at 7 tiles, so she probably also needs 12 tiles. Even this number, which is, I think she's at 42 speed or 43 speed, but Surya is still not quite charging at 11 tiles. So let's just play the level like normal. I'm gonna need more purples here. Okay, so let's give Kasumi, we were at 7 plus 3, yeah, okay. Let's give Kasumi 4 more, see if that makes a difference. Okay, that ends up making a difference. So it seems like at her speed, 12 was the magic number. But what I'm trying to show with this video anyway, it's the it's how important those speed values are. You know, whether it's just average or slow or whatever, don't worry too much about that. Like, it still matters to give you a general idea. But look at what your weapons do for their speeds. See, so Surya is still considered slow. She's charging at 12. Kasumi still considered slow, charging at 12 tiles. Even with those speed boosts, they weren't enough to make a difference for those two. It seems like there's kind of a magic number for average. I believe it's 46 speed. And then anything that's like above 50 charges in 10 tiles rather than 11. So you want to keep those things in mind. I'm going to do another run of this stage afterwards as well, just so that I can show you what happens when we give the speed weapons to the slower heroes. So let's just end it here. And let's hit replay. Okay, let's take out the weapons. Okay, here we go. So this weapon now, it's brought Surya from 41 speed to 43. I don't believe that's actually enough. So let's just take it off. Let's give the 5-star weapon to Kasumi. Okay, I just brought her to 45 speed. I don't know if that'll be enough, but let's just try it. Orochi's gonna get this weapon, and I mean, sure, you can get this weapon. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just reestablish what we have. We have Kasumi at 45 speed, and we have Surya at 43 speed. So let's just go for it again. Okay, check what happens out. So I said earlier that 46 or something like that was the threshold for average speed. I think it's 45. I don't believe it's lower than that. I think 45 might just be the threshold for average speed. So this means that she's charging in 11 tiles. Remember, anything that's less than 50 speed charges at 11, but anything that's 50 or a little bit above is 10, and so on and so on. So let's see if that's true. Okay, so that's 3 purple tiles. Let's explode this one here. Okay, that's another 3 for 6 purple tiles. And if I make a 4 match down there, I'll have 10. Okay, well, that's like 14. So of course they're going to charge and mess up my explanation. So I'm just going to use their skills there just to kill these enemies and try to explain what I was trying to explain again. Okay, so let's try again. 3 purple tiles. That's another 3 purples. Let's just kill that gator. Okay. Now we have another 3 for 9 tiles. So Orochi's charged, obviously, because we passed the 8 tile threshold he needs. So let's just use his skill. Now we're gonna hit that to make it 10. Cool stuff. And now let's do that to make it 11, and there you go. Kasumi's charged. If you get her speed up to 45, or if you get a slow hero speed up to 45, they'll become average speed, basically. It's pretty good. It's still not ideal. I mean, when you're playing, usually you're matching like 3s by 3s most often, but occasionally, you know, you can do 4 matches or 5 matches. So it can make a difference in the long run, especially when you're shooting into empty spaces. It'll end up making a difference. So let's finish that stage off. Okay, so I think I've made my point that those numbers end up mattering. I don't really know the exact thresholds. I just go off by looking at the status screen in the battle screen. If you open up that little status window, you can see what their current speed is at, affected by that weapon. It's very useful information, especially, you know, as you're planning your war teams, as you're planning your raid teams, etc. It's just very useful information to have. When you start combining that with weapons that increase speed, you can really start to strategize more. You got to remember, you only need a couple good weapons in your inventory to make good use of modifying charge speeds like this. You can only use each hero once per war, but the weapons you can just use on any team, right? So, you know, me having this weapon, I'm very lucky because even though I only have one, I can still use it in any other purple hero across my different war teams, right? You know, I don't necessarily have to use all my purple heroes on the same team. Sometimes I end up using, you know, Lindsay alone because her skill is so awesome for silencing someone, and I end up giving her that weapon. On my defense team, that's where she is currently set. As you can see, she reaches 61 speed. Normally, she's an average speed hero at 52, but with that speed boost, she becomes fast. She charges in 9 tiles. It's amazing, right? Kurgan, this is not my best yellow weapon, but I give it to him because it pushes him to 57 speed. You know, we covered earlier that 58 speed is what makes an average hero fast, right? So he's almost there. If I can get, you know, that liquefier shotgun that increases speed, if I can get that one yellow weapon that's 5-star and has a better speed boost, I can push him to fast. Right now, I give him this weapon though just to make him average. Besides, it also has better defense, but that's, you know, that's another point. The reason he has it is so that he can charge in 10 tiles rather than 11. The faster your defense fires and attacks the opponent, the more threatening your defense is.